Most of the plants in the world's most mysterious book don't exist. And I don't mean they're rare or extinct or that we haven't identified them yet. I mean botanists have been staring at these drawings for over 100 years, and the plants simply aren't real. They never were. So the book I'm talking about is the Voynich Manuscript. It's sitting right now in a library at Yale, and it's about 600 years old. Carbon dating puts the parchment somewhere in the early 1400s, so this thing was made in medieval Europe by hand by someone who clearly spent months on it, maybe years. And the biggest section of the whole book, the part that takes up more pages than anything else, is basically an herbal. Page after page of plant drawings, each one with paragraphs of text next to it, like someone describing what the plant is and what it does. Except the text is written in a language nobody has ever seen anywhere else, and the plants match nothing on Earth. Now, most videos about the Voynich focus on the writing, the code, the cipher, all of that. But the thing is, the plants might actually be the stranger part, because a fake language is something a person can invent in an afternoon. Drawing over 100 detailed plants that feel almost real but aren't, that's a different kind of strange. I remember the first time I actually zoomed into the high-resolution scans because Yale put the whole book online for free. I was expecting the drawings to look sloppy, like doodles. They're not. The roots have texture. The leaves have veins. Someone drew these carefully, the way you draw something sitting in front of you. And then you look closer and you notice a root shaped like a curled-up animal, or a plant where the leaves belong to one species, the flowers to another, and the root to something that shouldn't have a root at all. There's one that looks like a sunflower, which is a problem because sunflowers came from the Americas, and this book was made decades before Europeans ever got there. So people have tried to explain this, and honestly, none of the explanations fully work. Some botanists think the drawings are composites, like the artist took the root of one real plant, the stem of another, the flower of a third, and stitched them together, which happens in medieval herbal sometimes when a copyist is working from a bad description. But the Voynich does it on almost every page, and the combinations are too weird to be accidents. Others think the plants were disguised on purpose. Medieval herbalists sometimes hid their knowledge because a good remedy was worth money and you didn't want competitors copying your book. So maybe the plants are real, just scrambled, and the text next to them is the key that unscrambles them. The problem is, nobody can read the text. It flows like real language. The word patterns behave like real language when you run statistics on them. But after a century of professional codebreakers trying, including the people who cracked codes in both world wars, nobody has pulled a single sentence out of it. And then there's the theory people don't like to say out loud, which is that the whole thing might be a very elaborate fake. Someone in the 1400s inventing a book of secret knowledge to sell to a rich collector. That would explain a lot, but it doesn't really explain why the fake is so consistent. The same strange plants reappear across pages. The handwriting never hesitates. Whoever made this either believed in what they were writing, or they were the most disciplined forger of the entire medieval period. Here's what I keep coming back to, though. Somewhere in Europe, 600 years ago, a real person sat down with ink and parchment and drew a garden that doesn't exist. Not as a story, not as decoration, but laid out exactly like a serious reference book. Plant, description, like a field guide to somewhere we've never been. And we can hold that book today. We can read every page of it. We just can't understand a single word. Maybe someday someone cracks the text and the plants turn out to be ordinary herbs wearing disguises. Honestly, part of me hopes that never happens. Because right now, the Voynich book is the only botany book on Earth that describes a world other than ours. And it's been keeping that world to itself for 600 years.